Hi, I'm Sean Lennon.
How are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Fine. You're back in Amsterdam?
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Yeah.
It's a
How
beautiful city.
long is that ago?
The last time I was in Amsterdam was for Queen's Day, 2 years ago.
That must be a weird situation.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that it was coming. I was actually just visiting a friend, and I went out on the street and there were just millions of people wearing orange and screaming and singing.
In October last month, your album came out, Friendly Fire. It looks like a sort of diverse title. Is that true?
Well, you know, friendly fire is like a term that they use in the army for when someone on the same army kills someone else, you know?
Oh, right, yeah.
So, I mean, if you're killed by friendly fire, that means your friend killed you, basically. My record is about people who are on the same side hurting each other, you know what I mean? Basically, you know, people who are in love, people who are friends. It's about the disintegration of relationships, you know?
Why did you decide to write an album about relationships then?
Well, you know, it just seemed like an interesting thing to do. I feel like most people's experience of relationship is through failure. Maybe there's two people in history, I don't know, Nabokov and Vera, and
Adam and Eve, maybe.
they didn't really do very well, did they?
No, not really.
Yeah. I think it's possible, but I think it takes an incredible amount of maturity and sacrifice, you know, that I think modern people don't have. I think there's too many possibilities now. There's too many choices, you know.
The first song on your album is called Dead Meat. It's a pretty harsh title. What's it about?
Well, you know, it's just about when you're, it's about like the dumbest side of your mind who's just, you know, angry or macho, or just feeling violent towards someone else because you're angry, you know. That's all it is.
You have been collaborating with Max Cavalera, for instance, and I'm a big rock fan.
You are.
How was that?
That was great, you know.
Have you ever seen him after that, the studio recording?
Yeah, I've seen him a few times. Sepultura was one of my favorite bands when I was younger, you know. So it was a great honor to work with him.
Yeah, cool.
And, you know, he was very open-minded musically, so he wanted to do a song that was sort of a fusion of, I guess, what I do and what he does. So it was really fun. I went to Arizona to stay with his family, and, you know, we wrote and produced that track in a day.
Do you do it often more with other collaborations with other people?
Yeah, I would say I do.
Yeah.
Well, I worked on Albert Hammond Jr.'s record from The Strokes, the solo record. I just did a record with Brian Bell from Weezer for a band called The Relationship. And I don't know, I do a lot of different things, you know. I was writing songs with Ryan Adams for a while.
Quite alternative bass, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, Justin Timberlake hasn't called me yet, so. I like playing music live. It feels more organic, natural. You know, because I think music originally was created to play for people, not to record onto, you know, a machine. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that recording this album, Friendly Fire? How was it vibe in the studio?
It was great because the people I was working with were all really special, you know, talented people. Like Matt Chamberlain is one of the greatest drummers ever. So I also got to work with Jim Keltner, who was a drummer who worked with my dad a lot in the 70s. And that was an honor. And, you know, Harper Simon, I got John Bryan to play guitar and Hammond organ. I usually write all the parts too. But then people like John Bryan and Harper, there's such good musicians that they come up with, you know, better parts than I had usually.
Cool ideas, better ideas.
Yeah.
It makes the song perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, well, perfect, almost.
Yeah,
Maybe.
the song can't be perfect, is it? Because it's never really done.
I think there are a couple of perfect songs, probably.